Hey guys, it's Kaylee. So in this week's video, I am going to be testing out some healthy and easy fall desserts, and I haven't tried these out yet, so I'll be testing them along with you guys. And anyways, without further ado, let's get on into the video. It is a pumpkin pie smoothie, and on the reviews that I read from the Whole Foods website, it said that it tasted like the inside of a pumpkin pie. So I am really excited to test this out. The recipe calls for 1 cup of pureed pumpkin. And also I'm going to add in 1 cup of almond milk. Oh, it's great. Next thing that the recipe says I have to do is put in 1 tablespoon of honey. Next thing that the recipe says I have to put in is 1 large banana. And then to make it all icy, I need to put in some ice cubes, but I didn't want to put ice into my blender, so I just froze my banana ahead of time. So I'm going to put in one banana into the blender. And then it also says for me to put in 1¼ teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. So the last thing that I have to put into my smoothie is a ½ teaspoon of vanilla extract. So my Vitamix blender has the smoothie setting on it, so I'm just going to put it onto the smoothie setting and then I'm going to turn it on. Now it is time for me to put it in the cup and decorate it. So I'm just going to pour it into a cup. Smells really good. Okay. So I tasted a little bit, and you can really taste the banana in it, but I think that's just because I took 1 drop of it that was on my finger. But now I'm going to put some whipped cream that I whipped up on top of it and garnish it with the pumpkin pie spice, and then I'm going to do the official taste test. So the initial taste of the pumpkin pie smoothie doesn't really taste like pumpkin pie, but after it does taste like pumpkin pie, but the beginning taste also tastes like really overpowering with banana. So next time I wouldn't add the banana, but I would just add ice cubes, and I think that it would taste a lot better. But if you like bananas, I think that you would really enjoy this smoothie because it has that little pumpkin pie taste to it, and also has the banana taste. But I actually do really like the smoothie. The smoothie was really good, and we're gonna see if my pumpkin pie cupcakes will turn out as good as the smoothie did. So to begin the recipe, I'm going to take ½ teaspoon of baking soda, and then I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and then I'm going to let the reaction happen in a small bowl aside from the food processor where everything is gonna be mixed up. And this is supposed to make the cupcake more airy and more cupcake-like. So I'm using, once again, almond butter, and this is organic. And for the recipe, I need 1 cup of the almond butter. The next thing that we need to put into our food processor is 2 medium-sized eggs. The original recipe wanted me to put in 2 medium-sized bananas, which is around 1 cup of banana, but because it's fall and I wanted to make the cupcakes fall themed, I'm going to put in 1 cup of pumpkin puree. And this is actually pumpkin puree that my mom made herself just by cooking a Cinderella pumpkin. Next, I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract into my batter. And the last step is to add in the mixture of apple cider vinegar and baking soda. So just because I want to make my cupcake taste a little bit more like pumpkin pie, I'm going to add in 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Now that everything is in my jar, I'm going to put it onto the food processor, and I'm going to let it spin around until it becomes batter-like. My batter is done turning, and now I'm going to take it, and then I'm going to put my cupcake liners into a muffin tin. And I actually got these really cute cupcake liners from Home Goods, and they have like Halloween themed like pictures on it. I finished filling my batter into my muffin tin, and I also preheated my oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And now I'm just going to go and pop it into the oven, and then I'm going to set a timer for 15 minutes and check on it at 10 minutes, and then check on it at 15 minutes, and then add more time if I need to add more time. While the cupcakes are in the oven, I am going to make the frosting so that I can ice the cupcakes. And I'm not going to use confectioner sugar or anything like that. I'm going to use actually cashews and see how this icing turns out, because it's a lot more healthy to use the cashews than it is to use powdered sugar. So to start out my recipe, I have 2 cups of soaked cashews. I soaked my cashews for 24 hours. So I'm going to put it into my blender, and I already measured it out. I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. To make the frosting orange, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of pumpkin, 2 to 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. The last thing that the recipe calls for is a tablespoon of coconut oil. Let's start blending this up, and then I'm going to taste it. I took my muffins out of the oven around 30 minutes ago, and I let them cool off, and I as well put my icing into the refrigerator. I finished decorating my cupcakes, and I think they turned out really cute, so now I'm going to try them. These are really, really good, and I like them a lot. I really like that I filled the cupcakes inside, because it makes it taste a lot nicer, because it's not all just this bread. No, it's not really bread. It's not all of this like grainy kind of taste to it, because it has the frosting inside of it. And this is really, really good, and I would definitely recommend this. And all of the ingredients and everything that I used will be in the description box below. So that is it for this week's video. And if you would like to see more testing recipes video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe down below by hitting that subscribe button. I really hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!